Hello, today we are going to talk about setting up a new quote. We just went through setting up user preferences and now we will be setting up a new quote. This would be on the left hand side here. You'd see a value that says new quote. Simply click on that. Here it'll ask you to give it a quote name and a project name. Basically what this is if you have a larger project, you would set up a project where you would say test project, and the quote name could be lot 1. So that way when it gets sorted on the left hand side here, you'd see more than one lot under one project. We kind of get into that more later as you see what happens. So we're going to click accept here, and that's going to bring us here. You'll see the quote name here and the project name here. You can put in your contact, your customer's PO number here, what company they're dealing with. You can put in the bill to address. Their phone number, fax, email. Address there. You can also put in the job info if the job is actually at a different site, and any comments that you'd want to put over here. Again, these comments would just be for yourself. They would not be going to the manufacturer. So if you want the manufacturer to make anything, it's probably not a good idea to put the comments here. Now if you click on line items, as you can see, our preferences here have moved. You can actually change them if you want. If you click on hide pricing, it won't show this information anymore. This is more just on the screen here. Sometimes customers don't want, dealers don't want to show their customer what they're making, so you would just hide this just in case you would be doing this in front of them. So here you would click on new, and then let's do some window and door products. Okay, so here we have our different products: windows, patio doors, storm doors, entry doors, and garden doors. So we're just going to click on windows here. We've got our good, better, best series. So we've got our marquee, which is our top of the line, the regal, which is our medium line, and the design, which is our entry level. And we also have our shapes here. So if you want to enter any shapes, you'd go there. So we're going to go with our highest end line, the marquee. We're going to pick casement. Then we got our different options here for casements. We'd pick 3700 casement. Then it'll ask you next how many wide you'd want. This is how many windows wide on the bottom. If you want to mall something on top, we would do that later. So we're just going to go with a 2 wide casement. So the first question, basically the way that our quote is laid out is on the left side here, you would have all your options. And on the right side here, you would have all your answers. So these are your questions, and these are your answers. So the first question would be, now there's no picture here, but basically it goes left to right. So we're going to have a left casement, and then we want to pick a fixed casement here. Then we'll be given our measurement types. We can do it individual frame size, overall frame size, rough opening, or brick mold. So we're just going to do an overall frame size here. So we're going to enter 48 wide by 48 high. So there's our picture. This is sort of what the window would look like. If we want to go back and change a question, we just have to go back up here on the left side and then change it. If we wanted a right casement and a fixed, then that's how it would look. Now basically you would go through, now since we've set our preferences, anytime our preferences match, there's a P here that says it matches our preferences. So you'd go through all the different questions that are being asked. Basically, as you pick questions, if something becomes illegal, it will omit it. For example, if you pick obscure glass, the question for tint disappears because you cannot have tint and obscure glass at the same time. Ask you your grill types. And once you're done, here's your exterior trims. So we go with brick mold, have a 6 and 5/8 jam, finger joint pine, packaging, special order no. Always pick special order no unless this is something that can't be configured. We'll go through this in another session. The room, living room. And we hit accept, and that's everything. So now here, if we click finish and new, we'll basically get to, we've basically ended, and we'd start our next window. Okay, we're going to keep adding some windows here. So I'm going to go window, marquee, casement. Let's add an awning this time. I'm going to just do one wide, awning, individual frame. So you have a 30 by 20 awning. I'm going to skip through all these questions, and I'm just going to go down to the room. I'm going to do basement. If you want to add more than one quantity, you do that on the top right corner here. You could put, like, say we want 2. This time, instead of hitting finish and new, I'm going to hit finish and copy. What that does is actually it'll copy the exact same line with the exact same sizes. So if you have another one, let's say you had one of these and you needed one that was 33 inches wide instead of 20 wide, you could basically allows you to put that whole window in without having to rekey all your options again. Okay, so we're just going to hit finish here, and we can take a look at the quote that we've created. So here we've got 3 windows in. If you need to go back in to correct something, all you have to do is double click on the entry and it'll get you right back in. Now here you'll see your dealer price, which is the price that the dealer pays to the manufacturer, and here you see the customer price, what they would pay as a result of the markup. So here, if you needed to hide the pricing, what you do is you click on price options and hide dealer price, and then all it will show is what the end customer would pay. This would be useful if you're actually doing the quote in front of the customer so that they don't see any of the pricing. But under normal circumstances, you're probably going to do some quoting on your own, not probably in front of the customer. So in this case, you may want to see the dealer price. You may want to show the list price also. So here at this point in time, what we're going to do is we're going to save this quote. So if you click on the save button here on the top left corner, it's going to say it's been saved locally and it's queued, and you will say yes. And what this is going to do is it's going to synchronize the quote to our server. Once it's done, you will actually get a quote number. So here on the left side, you see it says test project lot 1 1100337. So that is the quote number that we've created here. Now if you wanted to print it, click on the print button. And you get a couple options here. The first one is the quote to your customer. We're just going to click view so you can see what it looks like. So this would be the quote that the dealer would give to the customer. So here we have the quote here for the customer, showing a beautiful quote here. Now if you wanted a quote to see the quote that the dealer would receive from the manufacturer, you can click on dealer quote. And that'll show you the price that the dealer would pay as opposed to what the customer would pay. And pretty much you just click on close quote, and that's pretty much your first quote right here.